What's good, people? Cameron from Sitting Ceiling here. We're going to go into a short video back to ad copy. We have a video about this we made about a couple days ago. We're going to cover a lot of the same topics, but we don't. I'll probably end up deleting that video because it didn't really turn out all that well. We're going to go more to the point here. We're going to try to keep this video shorter, just get down to the point, show you what exactly it is that I do, why I do it, all that jazz. So I'm also going to try to stop saying so much. I'm kind of nervous being on video. I've never really done this before. So we'll just dive right into it. You saw the last video. This beginning part is going to be a little bit redundant. But when people think of writing sales copy, they think you have to be flashy. They think you have to be have a lot of description in what you're saying, especially if you don't know much about it. Maybe you need to ask a lot of questions in there because asking questions is how you connect. That's more of a face-to-face sales thing. When you're on Facebook, people are on Facebook to interact with their friends. They're not here to look for a specific product. So when you need to introduce the idea that they have a problem, or if they already know that they have a problem, you introduce your solution to that without making it necessarily a pitch, because we're not here to pitch things. We're here, like I said, I'm repeating myself. My bad. So this is just 8 million square feet of sealed asphalt. Says we know a thing or two. Literally just says we've sealed a lot of asphalt. We got you covered. And then this picture, and the pictures are one of the most important parts of your whole ad. It has to be bright. Sun behind you or off to the side. Blue skies if you can. That's not always possible, but green grass, all that jazz, keeps it. It's like the picture captures attention, and attention is what we need. And then maybe if your picture is good enough, they'll read your ad copy, or if your ad copy is short enough, it's not going to require effort for them to read. So then, if it doesn't require a lot of effort to read it, they'll actually read it, and then they might click send you a message. So we're like, you always need to keep it short. You need to use as few of words as possible. You can write a little bit longer ones if you want. We're going to go ahead. We already have this opened up. And again, this is a lot more words than necessary, but this is more like if you're in the idea that you need to write a traditional ad, this could be very effective. The top line is complete asphalt maintenance. It says exactly what we do, which is asphalt maintenance, crack sealing, seal coating, patching, striping. And then we have a little bit of a description. We have a call to action right under that, so that if they don't end up reading the whole thing, they still got our phone number and they still got our call to action. We're not super pushy with our call to action. It's not call us today for a free estimate or anything like that. No capital words. We're keeping it seamless. We're keeping it looking professional. And then we outline some of our experience, or we outline, or both. We outline something good about our product that we use, like our sealers safe for pets and won't harm vegetation. I edited this a little bit from the last video that I posted. And I said it won't turn your floors yellow like some of our competition. It was brought up to me by a few other people, and this is a rule I have. I don't even know why I put it in originally, was that you don't want to rag on your competition ever. And like I said, I don't really know why I put that in there. I wouldn't ever crap on your competition, even if you don't like them, because we're professionals here. And when you look like the professional, then you'll have a lot better time. So even if you're a small company, you can still look professional by having good ad copy. This, same thing. This is more for striping. Look fresh, stay in compliance. Now, a lot of parking lots, if you're just going and doing a restripe, the asphalt's still going to be gray. It's not going to look fresh and black like this, because we had just finished seal coating this when I took the picture. But you're giving off the illusion that their parking lot can look really good. Also, it might have the chance to sell seal coat too. But we're saying look fresh, stay in compliance. You don't need to have we got your parking lot covered. That's more of a tagline type of situation. I put it in because this copy is already super short. And by saying we got your parking lot covered, that maybe will introduce the idea that we can offer more than just striping. especially a lot of you guys started out as just stripers. You might have a name like Hogate Striping, but you also offer seal coating. So when you write an ad, you can introduce that idea that you offer seal coating as well. Or you can just run an ad separate that's just for seal coating, but this will kind of, it's just something to do. I always have the send message button on, keep the pictures bright, keep the copy short. We're getting right down to the point. And you can be funny if you want. I don't push memes a ton. But if you find one that you come up with one that's really creative and really tasteful, it's fine to run it. Because again, this is about attention, but I wouldn't make most of your posts memes. I think that's a mistake made by a lot of people. And a lot of times when people post memes, they're not actually funny. They don't relate in any sort of way. It completely defeats the purpose of having memes in the first place. So this is super basic. Just, we really, really love seal coating. Notice I added in a lot of L's to the really, really. That's because we're doing a meme, so we're keeping it a lot more lighthearted. We can get away from the like super strict copywriting rules that a lot of people follow, and then we just have our phone number. That's about it. I don't have a message button here because sometimes when you have a get messages button, it cuts off part of the picture, and I won't be able to read the whole meme. And then, like I said, we can target things. You don't have to say all of your services every single post, because people will, after a while, people will get to know you a little bit. They'll know all of the services that you offer, and you'll have you'll be a lot more effective targeting one specific thing. And when you're talking to the person, you give them your business card or whatever, it'll come up that you also offer seal coating, you also offer crack sealing, whatever, stamped concrete. And this particular ad here it outlines that we do asphalt and concrete repair, and we also offer installs that we see by this picture. Granted, that's a pretty small picture, but it was the only one that fit into this collage here. I use Instagram layout to make these. It's way better than Pixelage or any of the other ones that leave a watermark on them or anything like that. and I don't most of the time do not do a before and after. This picture, again, it's just kind of popped up. I'm not necessarily running these ads that I have written out. I just bang these out so that I'd have something to post. That's about it. Top line basically asks them a question, and then we tell them the solution to that question, and we're keeping it pretty light. Call to action and a send message button. We make it seamless for the customers to get a hold of us. The more seamless, easier it is, the more likely that they will call you. And a call to action is give us a call, send us a message, check out our website, something like that. It's telling them to do something. It's just sales psychology and how you write your ads. That's about it. Long story short, keep your ad copy. Use as few words as possible. You don't need a lot of flash. In here, you'll see we have some flash, more so than maybe you've seen in the other ones. But it's not. We're not like capitalizing every word. We're not capitalizing any words at all. Actually, we're saying complete asphalt maintenance. That's the main thing we're getting across. We have an asterisk on either side to keep people looking at that. And then these check marks that you have capture attention better. And it calls for a quote with a little bit of a description. That's really all there is to it. We're writing professionally. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit about how you didn't finish school, all that jazz. You can't, you've been a paver your whole life. You don't know how to write properly. I didn't finish school. I've done asphalt and concrete my whole life. I learned to write properly because I wanted to. If you don't know how to do something, just learn how to do it. Google it. Use Grammarly if you have to. Grammarly will fix all of the words that you spell improperly. It helps you with your sentence structuring, even though we're not really focusing on sentence structuring too much in ads. That's all there is to it. You can get more detailed if you want. We can go more detailed. If someone wants to get a hold of me, you can shoot me a message or whatever. I'm happy to hop on a call with you, go more into detailed copywriting. But most people overcomplicate it. You just got to keep it short, got to keep it to the point. Don't use too many words. Don't use too many exclamation points. And my final note, this is the thing that most people mess up. Like, say they're running a 15% off discount for the end of the year. They just want to finish up using up all their sealer. They want to finish out, book up the year, finish the year strong. They'll say 15% discount on all seal coat work, and they'll put like 20 exclamation points at the end. It's one of the worst things you can do. It screams desperation, and nobody buys from a desperate person. Same thing, just like sales psychology. If you act desperate, you're not going to get a sale. If you act like you're not desperate, you don't really care, you're more likely going to get it. You just want to slide yourself into their presence, and then eventually it'll work into a sale. Hashtags also. I hate hashtags. Maybe put one like every couple dozen posts at the most, because no one follows. There isn't even hashtag chains on Facebook that I'm aware of. No one follows them anyway. They barely follow follow them on Instagram, and they're annoying to read unless it's something that's like kind of funny. So that would be my recommendation: is don't use hashtags on Facebook ads. You'll have way better conversions. People will finish reading them better. All that jazz. And when you're inside your Facebook page, this is where you create people that want to see you. You can create kind of like your brand. Like, if a friend of mine has a dog named Winston. This guy's name is Hal Davis. If you're watching this, hey Hal. I really like how a lot of his pictures revolve around like, call Winston for a free estimate. It's a picture of his dog. Dog's cute, whatever. That's like it's like a type of branding, and people will create a connection with that because they're creating a connection with that dog. Whatever it is, if you run your business with your kids, kind of want to harp on that subject a little bit more than like, I don't really push the family-owned thing because it's not family-owned. It's owned by me, and I have some employees. My wife doesn't even have anything to do with it. I don't involve my dog in it too much. And because I never do dogs, I posted this picture and everybody loved it. It's a puppy that my in-laws got. And it was riding around the plow truck with me for like 5 minutes until it decided it wanted to pee on my seat. Then it got kicked out. So that's really all there is to it. Your regular Facebook posts should not be sell. The ones you post every other day or so, every week, whatever. They should be something that engages with your community that follows you on Facebook. And really, yeah, that's all there is to it. Not much else. Stop selling so much. Stop saying buy my shit. It's not effective. We're gonna hop off on out of here, and we'll see you guys on the next go round.